Welcome to Beyond the Huddle, a Central Arkansas FCA podcast where faith meets competition. Join host Josh Adair and Zach Rose as they dive into real stories from athletes, coaches, and leaders making an eternal impact through sports. Each episode brings powerful conversations on faith, leadership, and living boldly for Christ in every field of play and walk of life. This is Beyond the Huddle.
I've been on being staff with at FCA now a little over a year, and you first part your support raising, you're doing all that. They don't even want you out ministering, and I didn't enjoy that very much. And all of just trying to raise support for it, and but this school year I've been able to minister and be there, and like I said, Debbie Brown, I think she was a Central Arkansas coach of the FCA coach of the year before last. And I see why, because she has a huddle every Wednesday morning at the middle school. And that is probably the most inspiring time for me because, I thought, there's times that I've spoke and I've only done it like one time. And that's because students have stepped up every time. Like she texts me on like Monday going, "Hey, I don't really have anybody. Can you talk this Wednesday?" And I go, "Yeah, whenever you need me, I got it." And then she texts me Tuesday and goes, "Well, I had 3 girls come up, and do you mind?" And I go, "Do I mind? No, that's exactly reason why we're here."
Yeah.
And those kids it's unbelievable how just the boldness and the courage that they show every day. And that's at the middle school. And then the one we have, once a month at the camp, there was 100 kids in there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the same way. They were stepping up, someone stepping up, speaking and leading and doing it. I mean, it's unreal. And then we were trying to grow our individual team huddles, and Coach Bowling it's a really big priority to him in his football program now that he's back. And we met every Thursday during the season. Now the season is over, and we're still meeting. Now we're meeting on Thursday mornings, but then once a week on Wednesday afternoons after school, he has a coach's Bible study, and I've been able to go to that to sit and pray and talk and do all that. It's just so cool. And we had girls basketball, and we've I met with Coach Dillon just this week, and we're going to start one for baseball coming up, and so I love seeing that grow into the individual team huddles. They're team building opportunities for that team, and but it's a little more intimate, in a smaller intimate setting. Things can. I think more things happen, and it's more things are more emotional, stuff like that. And one thing I've learned from coaching, but in my faith, Christian faith. And then when I retired and got out of coaching and teaching, I got in the business world for about a year to 2. And I was doing insurance, and I would go through all this training. So when I did teacher training, all they ever talked about is relationships. You got to form a relationship with a kid if you want to engage it. And that was one of my biggest parts of coaching was I want those kids to know that I love them. If they really knew that I loved them, and besides just basketball, those kids would do anything in the world I asked them to do. They would go the extra mile and do that because they knew that I really cared about them and did that. And so that relationship was vital in my coaching part. But then it was vital in the classroom. The kids really got to know what you care about them. They're not going to they don't give a flip what you're teaching. They're not going to pay attention at all because they know you don't care about them. But then in the business world, that's what they kept saying. I'm just selling life insurance. And everything it was, we got to build a rapport and a relationship with the possible client. And then, and so everything is relationship based. But then, I teach a Sunday school class at my church at Northview Missionary Baptist in North Little Rock. And just being more mature in my spiritual faith is the ultimate relationship that starts with everything is my personal relationship with Jesus and how that is. If that's in a good spot, usually my work spot's going to be good. My relationship spot with my wife's going to be good. My spot with my kids are going to be good. But if my relationship with Christ is not where it should be, all those other relationships, it just falls right down. It all goes with that. So everything's relationship based. I think it's the same way with FCA and kids going in, and they know that we care about them, and they know that, and it gives them the opportunity to. Man, I'm like I said, I'm overwhelmed by their boldness and their courage to stand up. I would have never done that at that age. I remember when I told my mom that I was going to be a teacher and coach. She goes, Johnny, you don't even like to stand up and talk to nobody. How are you going to get in front of somebody and talk? And I go, I don't know. But so obviously it was the Lord's work on that too. Everything is relationship based. And I've loved seeing the FCA ministry grow in North Little Rock. Number one, because I have a love for the kid of North Little Rock because I was one of them. And it's been really, really encouraging. And it's like nothing else.